My name is Amphibian, and I'm so glad that you've joined me here on A1R Psychic Radio. Welcome. It is almost spring here in the Northern Hemisphere. We've got the spring equinox, Ostara, coming up this weekend. Easter is a couple weeks behind that, and the pandemic numbers are going down. Big shifts in the world right now. So I'm really excited. Today I'm going to talk about planting some seeds. This spring, you and I can plant these seeds together in the form of creative visualization, which is using your thoughts, planting some thoughts of desires, some desires into the ground, some intentions into the ground. I'm trying to get this metaphor out, and it's not coming out right, but you know what I mean. Plant your seeds in the spring so they grow. And even if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, it's always a great time for creative visualization, to focus on what you want to create, to use the power of your thoughts and imagination to create your reality. So we're going to be talking about that today. I'm so excited. I finally finished my creative visualization guided meditation. I can't wait for you to check it out. It's on my YouTube channel. The name of my YouTube channel is Creative Psyche Studio. Psyche is spelled Psyche. So just type in Creative Psyche Studio in YouTube and I should pop up. I just uploaded the video and it's composed by me. The narration is by me. I also have my own original flutes, background music, and Tibetan singing bowls. And I got some copyright-free other components such as ocean waves. There are lots of relaxing and inspiring components. At least I hope you find them inspiring to this creative visualization meditation. And it's going to guide you through a process for relaxing, then connecting with your spirit guide, then connecting with the energies of the earth and the cosmos and your higher self, then to clarify what it is that is best for you to create, connecting with higher consciousness, and then to really visualize that using the music, using the guided meditation as a structure and a support for you to use your imagination to create your reality into being. So I'm really excited. I finally finished that and I can't wait for you to check it out. I'm just so excited to share that with you. Creative Psyche Studio is my YouTube channel. And if you haven't subscribed, go on and subscribe. It's new. It's my new YouTube channel. But there's a great series I did on intuitive development. There are other videos and I post these videos on my YouTube. So check out my YouTube and the other visualizations there, guided visualizations. I'm really excited to talk about creative visualization today. Before I get to that, I want to mention that in April, got a guest for us, an Ayurvedic practitioner who is also a friend of mine, and she is a very gifted healer, also a massage therapist. Her name is Lorraine Kanata, and she's going to be joining us in April, mid-April, mid to late April, and telling us about the doshas, which are the different energy body types in Ayurveda, and a little bit about what Ayurveda is. It is the traditional healing medicinal practice in India, and she's going to tell us more specifically about what it is and some tips for you to use some healing techniques. So I can't wait for her to come on. I'm going to now share with you the Spirit Helper message of the week. I tuned in and I've been getting a lot of divine feminine energies come to me lately, if you've been watching my shows or listening to my shows. And this week is a continuation of this divine feminine. Sometimes they come in groups. So we're in a group of divine feminine. And this week, the planetary universal divine consciousness of Venus came to me. In Greek mythology, she's known as Venus. Aphrodite. In Roman, her name is Venus. And her energy, her divine feminine energy, is associated with the planet Venus. And as you probably know, love, beauty, romance, and some other things as well, but that's mainly what she's known for. So the spirit of love, the spirit of romance. Let me read to you what her message is to us this week for the coming week. She says, serve yourself the gift of love and be bountiful this season. Clear the clutter that obstructs your mind and accept the fruits of the spirit that are being offered. This is a time to celebrate all you have accomplished and move forward in a spirit of abundance. Allow yourself to be loved by spirit, by yourself, and by others. Allow someone to hold you in their arms this week. For as you receive, you are opening yourself to the flow of giving and receiving. Be able to feel lovable. Being able to feel lovable is the first step to being loved. Message from Venus, the planet of love, romance, beauty, also nature. And it has something to do with what we're talking about today with creative visualization, because one of the first steps to unblocking the flow, to successfully creatively visualizing into your reality what you want to create, is to love yourself, to accept yourself, to work through feelings of lack of worth, of worthlessness, of self-criticism, self-hatred, self-loathing. When we can shift to being lovable, feeling worthy, that opens the gates to receiving. So allowing yourself to feel lovable helps you to receive that love. We're going to talk a little bit more about creative visualization. I'm going to go over some beginning tips for creative visualization. Before we do that, I wanted to share with you a shielding technique from my fabulous guest last week, Michaela Feliciano. I mispronounced it. Let me try it again. Michaela Feliciano. Beautiful Italian name. She was going to share with us a shielding technique. She's a Reiki master and she works with energy. And she did not quite get to that shielding technique, which is partially due to my time management skills with the show. And so I'm going to own being a part of why she didn't get to share this with you. And she was generous enough to let me share it with you in today's show to make sure that she was able to give this powerful shielding technique to you. So what is a shielding technique? It's a way to use your energy, to use your intention to protect your energy. And it's so important to do that if you're doing healing work, if you're doing intuitive or psychic work, if you're very sensitive, if you're open psychically or an empath, going into a public place or being in a place with people who are angry, or there is a vibration of hatred or disharmony. Shielding your energy can just make the difference in the world and really protect your mental, emotional, psychic energy. So I'm going to share with you this shielding technique to help protect your energy. So this is a mini guided meditation, and I invite you to join with me in doing this, unless you're driving, of course, or operating heavy machinery. For this, we are going to close our eyes at first. When we get used to doing it, we can do it with our eyes open. So close your eyes and picture a brilliant white waterfall pouring over your head and surrounding your whole body. This brilliant white light is divine love. Ask the angels to repel negative energy and only let positive in. Now open your eyes. Good job. Practice this frequently, especially when going into big crowded places like the store or an event. Also, when entering any building before you go in. Remember, you can always ask your angels to help. Ask for the angels to help you, and they are happy to help you. Just to make sure, tell them thank you. It's okay if you cannot feel or see them. They're always by your side, looking out for you. And that's by Michaela Feliciano and her guides. Powerful stuff. So use that white waterfall. Use the connection with your angels. I really appreciate that she shared that with me and with you. Thank you again, Michaela. Loved her energy. So what is creative visualization? Creative visualization is using the law of attraction in a really specific way. Now, the law of attraction is simply the idea that the spiritual truth that your thoughts create your reality. What you focus upon comes into manifestation. Creative visualization is specifically using your imagination to work with the law of attraction, to imagine what it is that you want to experience, your true heart's desire. Now, when I say visualization, a lot of people think, well, I don't really see pictures very clearly, so I guess I can't do this. That is not true. However you imagine something counts as visualization, in my opinion. So if you visualize by feeling something, if you visualize you have more of an auditory sense, or you feel physically something when you imagine, or you have kind of a combination of these different sensory experiences inwardly, that all counts. And you might see things really clearly in your mind's eye too. That is also visualization. So here are some tips for using creative visualization. It's more effective when you enter a relaxed state before you creatively visualize. So it does work if you just visualize while you're driving your car, or you're taking a walk, or doing the dishes. That counts, but it's going to be much more powerful. You'll probably see more intense results when you can enter an altered state, a relaxed state, a meditative state beforehand. And why does this make a difference? Because you're connecting more directly with your unconscious mind when you relax your mind and when you enter a meditative state. And your unconscious mind is a powerhouse when it comes to manifestation and your psychic vibration, the vibration and the frequency that you're sending out to yourself and the universe. You're contacting that part of yourself more directly when you get into a meditative state. Practice, practice, practice. Consistency is the key here. It's probably not going to work if you do it once. So you've got to have some sort of meditation, creative visualization practice where you do it every day, every week, a couple of times a week. Another tip I want to share with you is keep in mind there are cycles and rhythms to manifestation. Look at nature. Nature isn't always growing. Nature has cycles of growth and expansion, cycles of decrease and contraction. And throughout the year, there are seasons of growth, seasons of decrease. You have personal seasons of inward decrease, letting go, and outward increase, expanding. So you might be in a cycle of clearing things out, and you're not going to experience the same unfolding of manifestation in the same time frame or frequency or rate if you're in such a cycle. So don't be so hard on yourself if you're not seeing results immediately. It's a matter of cosmic cycles, personal cycles, and if you just keep practicing and keep using this technique with consistency, I believe it really can be very powerful. And another couple of tips before we take a caller is don't share your precious visions with other people who are judgmental. Share them with people who will be supportive, but be really discerning about sharing your visions, your goals, your dreams, your desires with people who are not going to get on board with you, who are going to talk you out of it or contaminate the momentum you have built towards manifesting your desires. Another tip is to assess your beliefs. Really take a look at what it is you believe about your ability to creatively visualize what you're trying to create. What do you believe about what it is you're trying to create? What do you believe about yourself? Like the message from the divine feminine goddess that is Venus Aphrodite was referring to, if you don't feel lovable and worthy, then you're not going to be able to manifest or create for yourself things that reflect your worth. So pay attention to your beliefs about yourself. Pay attention to if you have beliefs about whether it's right or wrong to create. Pay attention to if you feel like there's an ethical issue, and maybe you want to even explore like, for instance, money. Perhaps you start meditating on it. What are my beliefs about money? Maybe you find that you do have a belief that being wealthy is not spiritual, an unconscious old belief, perhaps, that's still there. And so you being able to assess, okay, I've got this belief. Is it in harmony with what my true self believes? Is it helpful to this creative visualization? You might want to do some reprogramming on your beliefs about money, your beliefs about wealth. Yes, you can be successful and wealthy and abundant and still spiritual. How will people react is another area you might want to look at for what are my unconscious beliefs here? What changes will I need to make when I co-create this thing into being with spirit? And if you find that you have some old beliefs, some fears that come up when you start to look at these underlying thoughts that you have and assumptions you might have about what it is you want to create, that's perfect, because all you need to do is work on reprogramming these beliefs, affirmations, and meditation, setting your intention. So practice that creative visualization and notice how you are manifesting your desires into reality. I do have a caller on the line. I'm so excited to take. Before I switch to the caller, just reminder, don't forget to check out that creative visualization guided meditation on my YouTube channel. Jennifer in London. Hello, can you hear me? I'm hearing a busy signal. Okay, we may have lost her, and my producer Dave is trying to get her back. I'm just going to pull a card for my general audience for this week as we're waiting. Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is the card that I pulled just for the general audience. Hi, Jennifer.
Hiya.
Hi, I just pulled a card for the general audience, Seven of Pentacles, and I was just going to share that this is about assessing what you created and coming up with a plan moving forward to create your desires into reality. Does that have any meaning for you right now, Jennifer?
Yes.
Oh, so tell me what's going on, Jennifer. How can I help you? Would you like we've only got 5 minutes left, but I'm sorry about that, but would you like a general reading, or do you have a specific question?
A general reading, please.
Okay. Well, you were kind of vibing with the Seven of Pentacles. Let me just tune into your energy and tell you what I'm getting just psychically as I'm tuning in.
Pardon?
I'm just going to tune into your energy for a moment. There'll just be a moment of silence.
Okay.
Well, I'm feeling like you're in sort of a pause right now energetically, that you're sort of waiting to move forward, and that you're in a state of not stuck, but just you're sort of stopping yourself and waiting and pausing before you move forward. Does that make sense?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, which is interesting. That's kind of what the Seven of Pentacles is about. So it's really applying to you as well. So general reading for Jennifer. Well, I sense that you are really looking out on the horizon, Jennifer, and assessing what is possible for you. And you might be taking a look at relationships, finances as well. These are big areas. And it feels like you're not sure what to choose. You're looking for answers and not sure what step to take. You're not sure if you have the resources needed to move forward with what you want as well. And I feel like the guidance is coming through that you don't need to have all of the resources in place to move forward. But it is good to take this time to reflect and take this time to assess what you've done recently, what went well, what didn't go well, and to really clarify yourself moving forward what you want. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I pulled the Four of Wands for you, and this is a really positive card. It is about taking a break and celebrating, and it might be a really good time for you, Jennifer, to clarify what you want by actually celebrating what you've already achieved, by celebrating the good that you've already experienced. And when you do that, it puts you in a state of receiving. It puts you in a receptive mode where you're focused on the good, you're focused on what good is possible. Like, look at the evidence in my past, all this goodness and joy and success and love in whatever ways you can identify. And then when you can do that, it helps to attract to you more goodness and open the doors for you to even be able to imagine more goodness and success. And I feel like, with your relationships, with your love life, that would really help in that area.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course. Sorry, I didn't mean to get upset. Sorry, because the word hit the name.
One more time. I didn't quite hear you.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Thank you. We've just got a minute left, but can you repeat real quick what you said, Jennifer?
Yeah, I said sorry. It hurt what you said because you hit the nail on the head.
Oh, I hit the nail on the head. Well, I hope that was helpful, my friend. No, I'm sorry. It's a little bit of the connection issue. Thank you so much for calling in, Jennifer. I hope that was helpful.
That's okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Oh, take care, and I will see you at my next show, hopefully. Bye. Blessings.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye. And thank you, listener and viewers, for tuning in today. This has been another mystical adventure here on A1R Psychic Radio. Don't forget to check out that creative visualization guided meditation. I have it on my YouTube channel. I'll also post it on my Facebook. Have a beautiful, blessed first day of spring or rest of your week, and I will see you next show. Take care.